Hello everyone, you are welcome back again. We are going to solve for the value of x from this radical equation. We are given the square root of 2 to the power of x multiplied by square root of 7 to the power of x is equal to 196. To solve for the value of x from this equation, the first thing we are going to recall is when we have square root of a multiplied by square root of b, this is the same as square root of ab because the operation separated by these two radicand is multiplication. So in that case, we can bring the radicand together. A will multiply B. So we're going to apply this property to the left hand side of this equation so that we can bring the two radicand together. So we're going to have square root of 2 raised to the power of x multiplied by 7 raised to the power of x. Everything will be equal to 196. So the next thing we're going to do is to recall that when we have the same power, we can take the power out. When we have the same power and there's multiplication, we're going to take the power out. So this can also be written as what? Square root of 2 multiple 7 then raised to the power of x. So everything will be equal to 196. Now, the next thing we're going to do is to multiply these two terms together. 2 multiplied by 7 is going to give us 14. So 14 will raise to the power of x, which is equal to 196. Now, we are going to recall that when you have a square root of the term, is the same as that term raised to the power of half. So when we have square root of a, this is the same as a raised to the power of half. So therefore, we can write the whole of this as what? 14 raised to the power of x, then all raised to the power of half, which is equal to 196. Now, when you have a power raised to the power of another power, we are free to multiply the two power together using power property of indices. So this is going to be what? 14 raised to the power of x multiplied by 1 is going to give us x, then over these two, which is going to be equal to, and we can write this 196 to the base of 14, okay? Because when we multiply 14 by 2, when we multiply 14 by itself twice, it's going to give us 196. So this implies 14 multiplied by 14. 14 in two places, it will give us 196. So 14 to power 2 is the same as 196. So now that we have the same basis, then the power is also the same. So we're going to cancel out the base and equate the power. The first power is x over 2, which is equal to the second power, which is just 2. Now to get the value of x from here, we just cross multiply. Then x now will be equal to 2 multiplied by 2 is going to give us 4. So therefore, 4 is the value of x that will satisfy this equation. But before we conclude that, we need to check if we substitute 4 in place of x from the original equation, whether it's going to give us 4. So we're going to check. And to check that, we are going to first rewrite the original equation, which is square root of 2 to power x multiplied by square root of 7 to power x equal to 196. We are going to rewrite the original equation, then we substitute the value of x. So the original equation is square root of 2 to the power of x multiplied by square root of 7 to the power of x, which is equal to 196. Now we substitute the value of x to the left hand side and see whether the left hand side will be the same as the right hand side. So we are going to have square root of 2 in place of x is going to be 4 multiplied by square root of 7 in place of x is going to be 4. Now, let's simplify this and see whether it's going to give us 96. So we're going to have square root of 2 raised to the power of 4 imply 2 multiplied by itself in 4 places, which is going to give us 16. Then multiply by 7 to the power of 4 implies 7 multiplied by 7 multiplied by 7 multiplied by 7 in 4 places, which is going to give us 2401. Now, when we take the square root of 16, 16 is a perfect square. It's going to give us 4. Then multiply by, when we take the square root of 2401, it's going to give us 49. And 4 multiplied by 49 is going to give us 196. So therefore, The left hand side is the same as the right hand side when we substitute x as 4. So we can conclude that x equal to 4 is the value of x that satisfies this radical equation. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos like this.